Hi everybody, it's the Ruthless Jobber here. Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 12 of our invasion story on TEW 9. We kick off Raw with some pre-show matches. We start off with Canyon taking on Spike Dudley. Just wanted to give Canyon a match. I don't think we've used him yet, maybe in a couple of angles, but to my memory, certainly not in a match. So we had decent reaction from the crowd at Subpar Wrestling. Canyon got the win in 9 minutes 55 by submission. I didn't choose a winner for these pre-show matches either, so let the AI do it, see what comes up. Wrestling rating was 54, crowd rating was 47, and 60 overall. Albert takes on Perry Saturn. Just wanted to give Albert a match. Don't know the result yet though. Oh, it looks like Albert did get the win. A pre-show bout that had decent reaction from the crowd, but Subpar Wrestling. Yeah, Albert got the win in 12 minutes 47 by submission. 51 wrestling, 60 crowd, and 55 overall. And then finally, we wanted to have a big one. So we had the two-man power trip, Steve Austin and Triple H taking on King Eddie and Rob Van Dam. Now, the two-man power trip in this particular save, in this particular mod, in this particular game, have awful chemistry, which I seem to remember from the early days of this save. Yeah, another reason really why I kind of wanted to split them as a team, but still getting some good matches out of them. So we had a pre-show bout that had great heat and decent wrestling. The two-man power trip defeated King Eddie and Rob Van Dam in 13 minutes 50 when Steve Austin pinned King Eddie. 69 wrestling, 83 crowd, 74 as the final result. Yep, happy with that one. Let's get into the main show. And we kick off with The Rock cutting a promo on WCW and Steve Austin. So he kind of mentions, I haven't forgotten what happened at WrestleMania. Vince and I have reconciled. He believes I'm the one to rid this industry of WCW once and for all. I don't personally believe that. I think there's a whole team of people out there. He's being the face here, and there's a whole team in that locker room that can contribute towards this. But Vince seems to think I'm the one, so we've reconciled. But Austin, I haven't forgotten about you. I haven't forgotten about your belt. In amongst all this war that appears to be going on, I will be looking at challenging you at some point in the future. So yeah, just wanted to get across that The Rock hasn't really finished with Austin, and he will be looking for a title shot soon. We also had Booker T come out, and he just sort of wanted to cut his own promo on The Rock. I can't remember exactly how it went, but he was talking about being a 5-time WCW champion, and he is just slacking The Rock off as you would be in the heel. And then The Rock says, well, put your money where your mouth is, let's have a match. And Booker T can't really back out now, can he? So has no choice but to accept. So our main event tonight will be The Rock against Booker T. Lots of green there, always nice to see, and an 81 overall. K Quick takes on William Regal. We wanted to get Regal on the card, and we wanted to give him a win. He lost last week to The Rock. So yeah, wanted to give him a win. He's only recognisable, and I think he deserves more than that. I want to push him to some extent. So we had a wild brawl, and got decent reaction from the crowd, but it was Subpar Wrestling. William Regal defeated K Quick in 13 minutes 19 by submission. 51 wrestling rating, 56 for the crowd, and a 60 for the segment. I'm a little bit disappointed in that. I mean, K Quick getting a 39 is pretty bad. Yeah, I'd like to see William Regal do a bit better than that. Might have to sort of look at his character and just see if there's any other factors that are causing that. I think he's better than that in the ring. Then we've got a WCW promo on the WWF, and this is just a couple of the sort of main guys in WCW, just cutting a promo on the people that they're in a storyline with. So just to sort of advance a couple of those storylines. I don't really know what to do too much with the Dean Malenko Lance Storm one, so I thought, yeah, slot it in here. We'll kind of end that storyline pretty soon, I would have thought. Yeah, and there's nothing more to say about this one, really. Sting cutting a promo on Kane, and then you've got Kevin Nash cutting a promo on Jericho. Buff Bagwell's there, Ric Flair's there. Steiner, of course, in with the storyline with Kane as well. So yeah, one storyline here gained heat, the following orders, which is actually the Lance Storm Dean Malenko story, and the Kane's Revenge lost heat. And we had the Over the Walls, which is Jericho and Nash, that just advanced. Plenty of green though, a 63 overall for this angle. The Hollies take on Kai and Tai. Now we're going to lose Funaki due to contract. I did try to extend it, but he says he's a freelancer. So, okay, fine. definitely need to do something about the tag teams then, because looks like we're going to be losing one. But here we had a poor match. The Hollies defeated Kaientai in 7 minutes 7 seconds. Hardcore Holly pinned Takamichinaku. And so we got a 47 for the wrestling, 43 crowd, 56 overall. Yeah, pretty poor. Raven comes out and he wants a shot at Triple H for that Intercontinental title, and he wants the shot at Vengeance. Triple H comes out and he accepts. We sort of hinted last week that Triple H wants to start defending the belt a little bit more. You know, he's not frightened of losing it anymore. He's confident. Chris Jericho appears though, and he believes that Raven's had a few title shots recently. He's had 2 hardcore title shots at least that he can remember in just the last couple of weeks. So Triple H says, okay, Chris, I'll give you a shot as well. How about next week? So next week we will have Chris Jericho taking on Triple H for the Intercontinental title. Just wanted to do something a little bit different with the angles. We don't really do any angles that are kind of this is going to happen next week. So yeah, why not? 63 though is yeah, a little bit underwhelming. Al Snow takes on Kane. We wanted to give Kane a match, and kind of looking at the people he hasn't faced yet. Al Snow was one of those heels. We got a decent match. Kane got the win in 12 minutes 22 by pinfall, 59 wrestling rating, 69 crowd, and 71 overall. Post-match, we had Sting try to attack Kane, but Kane kind of got the better of him. And then we had sort of Kane set off pyro in the ring. So, you know, where the flames go up in the 4 corners of the ring. He does that, and Sting kind of, you know, backs off a little bit from that. And, yeah, 67, just wanted to try and get this storyline another advancement. Unfortunately, it didn't gain heat. It didn't lose either, though. Chris Benoit chats to Gene Okerlund backstage, just cutting a little bit of a promo or an interview, and then Steve Austin comes out and attacks Benoit. This was just to get this storyline advanced as well. Again, this storyline's a little bit of a nothing storyline. You know, where if it's not WWF against WCW, it's a little bit flaky, if I'm totally honest. We're looking to change that pretty soon. But at the moment, this is what we've got. 74, though. Pretty pleasing. Edge and Christian take on the Dudley Boys. We don't have many tag team matches that sort of last quite a long time because most of our tag teams are very undercard. We have very short tag team matches, so I thought why not put a couple of the bigger teams together and get a longer match. So nearly 15 minutes here. We've got a decent match. Edge and Christian defeated the Dudley Boys in 14 minutes 40 when Edge pinned Bubba Ray Dudley after distraction from Diamond Dallas Page. And this was still the show match, actually. So, yeah, 77 isn't too bad. 62 for the wrestling, 63 crowd, and, yeah, 77 for the segment. Yeah, quite happy with that, really. We gained heat as well with the Mixed Ruin Party storyline, which involves the Dudleys and Diamond Dallas Page. And then post-match, we've got Diamond Dallas Page and Palumbo and O'Hare come down and attack the Dudleys. So it's just a bit of a beat down. Unfortunately, the storyline lost heat. 58 for the segment. Kurt Angle takes on Test. I'm pretty pleased with this one. I didn't really know what sort of rating this would get, and it's quite short. So it's another one really where we're just sort of showing that Kurt Angle's furious at the moment. He's fuming, still annoyed at losing the King of the Ring final. So we've got a good heat and decent wrestling. Kurt Angle got the win in 6 minutes 42 by submission, and this was a steal the show match, so maybe that helped a little bit. Still quite surprised by the 80 though, I'm pleased with that one. 67 wrestling, 71 crowd, and yeah, as I say, 80 for the segment overall. We then got a video promo. It's a menacing one featuring the Big Show. Nothing really to say about this one particularly. Just wanted to get the Big Show on the card somewhere, and it's my usual go-to promo video. But a 70 rating, not too bad. And then we've got a 3-minute angle where Booker T is cutting a promo on The Rock prior to their match. 60, which isn't great. We had the Take the Big Man Down storyline advance. I don't know how. Oh, okay, so Booker T's involved in that storyline, but The Rock isn't. Or did I put him in? I may have put The Rock in as a minor player because I kind of want The Rock sort of involved in all of the storylines. So yeah, that's probably where that's come from. But yeah, 60 for this one. Let's go to the match. 76. Yeah, okay, I'm pleased with that. So we had fantastic heat and good wrestling. The Rock defeated Booker T in 18 minutes 14. Booker T was disqualified when Ric Flair ran in and attacked The Rock. This was our storytelling match. And we also had Sting come down and distract The Rock as well. So a couple of storylines advancing there. 72 wrestling, 89 crowd heat. Really wanted to sort of use Booker T, and why not put him in a main event? Very different main event to what we've had so far, where we seem to have involved Kane in most of those, and Chris Jericho's been involved, and so yeah, why not put The Rock in a main event? And who better than a top WCW guy with Booker T? So yeah, 76 overall. What do we get for the show? 69. That is disappointing, and I can see why. It's the storylines again, isn't it? We need to start picking up on those. We need to. We just don't have enough that are hot. Need to look at that in a minute then. So we've actually lost popularity in 24 regions, increased in 1. Financial report, still making money. Popularity recap. Oh yeah, look at that. That's bad. Central Europe, the only place where it's gained. So let's have a quick look backstage then. Emails. Esther Rios wants to come onto the main roster, so does Shane Helms. Not really interested at the moment. Drug test fees. TNN are unhappy. We just changed the time slot last week, and I think our minimum now is 71, and that 69 is just bleeding awful. And the viewing figures for Raw. There's a decision to make here as well. What's this? Who's done something wrong now? Oh my god. We had this. I'm not sure if I showed it on camera, but yeah, we've had him before. A steroid user. I'm going to find him because last time I did a stern warning. Booker T. I haven't got a picture for him. What? Oh, I have. Okay. A steroid user. He didn't come up before, so stern warning. Negative. Oh, come on. Perry Saturn. Steroid user. Why are all my people roided up? Soft drug user. Fine him. Okay. I'm a little bit annoyed about that. Oh yes, we've got contract negotiations with Buff Bagwell. Just want to extend his contract. I haven't gone for much because I'm not overly impressed with him. He caused an injury last week as well. So, but we kind of need him around at the moment, just as another WCW guy to help with sort of storylines. Talking of which, where is it going wrong? Or where isn't it going wrong? Let's have a look. That's hot. Following orders is cold. Kane's a little cold. How can that be a little cold? Look at the star power. Sting, Kane, The Rock. Yeah, Jindrak and Stacey. Yeah, less said about that. This one's a little cold. Oh, that's so annoying. Over the walls. How can that be a little cold? Seriously. Take the big man down. A little cold. And wrong place, wrong time, hot. So the two that really... Okay, I mean, that one's got a big star in it, but we're not doing much with it. That's hot. And the one really which... You know, Buff Bagwell, for goodness sake. King Eddie Rikishi. That's hot as well. Yeah, we're struggling, aren't we? Right, I need to look at that. I need to do something pretty drastic. That's the end of this episode, I think. Nothing more to kind of go through. Hope you've enjoyed it. I do need to fix a few things, but I'll sort of do that off camera, see what I can do to help those storylines along, maybe even introduce a couple more. We might have to end a couple prematurely and just move on. We'll see. But take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.